cool, you can sail that sea.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Slide to kick off for Carolina.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brian Burns.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a first down.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Brady gives his hit off to Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. He's got Evans.
Brady's.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Just like that. Just like that. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Under 10. Under 10.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
The ball carrier.
Troy Pride that time gets the tackle. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Number 22, Christian.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
As you watch that one unfold, didn't you think to yourself, just knock it down because of where he was?
Great catch, but losing yardage.
Hard to change what they are, isn't it? When they see the ball in the air, they're programmed to go get it.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 6.
Bridgewater again. Winds up and lets it go for... It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 34 yards there.
The 22-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Bridgewater on first down. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play
Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. William Golston. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And goal at the Bucs' 10-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, get away. Check. Delta.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And his kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run it with Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brady, this into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. A rare pick six thrown by Tom Brady. He'd thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Brady. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. 22 yards there, a first down. The Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and the Panthers have recovered. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. In for the sack that time. Say hello to Brandon Williams. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here.
At the 8-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Bridgewater now. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, backs. Try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And got his man complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Buccaneers.
Brady's throw there complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The 30-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Airing this one out for Evans. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is Butler making the catch.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Butler.
Bridgewater's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
To throw is Bridgewater. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Brady. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And out. It's 4th down.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Panther touchdown.
Joey Slide.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
That catch good for only a couple.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Yetur Gross-Matos. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
From the gun, Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Corn Elder. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Bridgewater now from the 50. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6.
Good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Joey Slynau to kick off after the touchdown. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got you. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Operating from the gun, Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Brady. He gets it to ground, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. Brady to throw again. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's trash. Hey, check Mike 21.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady, this is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal.
Again, it's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Succop now for the Tampa Bay field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing here, Bridgewater. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And a line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
For Scott Miller, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
10 yards to go.
Shotgun now for Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One final try now for Brady. He's got Evans. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Panthers, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
She-Bag got me. It wanna be so